This was a for real call, a guy from New Jersey, and I said, well, my minimum service charge is $150, and he immediately agreed. Anyway, we got it, right? It was all part of what it took to get this. It's a Documat microfilm reader. It's a bunch of metal chairs. Like, that right there could like be $100. So that's a score. We're loading that up right now. So I was just wrapping up the day staining this deck. This is a job that I've been doing for the past couple of days. I'm almost done with it. I just have to do that pergola up there. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. I was finishing staining it up and I got a call. And you know how it is. So many times you get a call and it's some spam thing and send me money and I'll do this and you'll do that and then I'll pay you, and right? But this was a for real call, a guy from New Jersey. He called my service. I have a handyman odd job service, and he wanted to buy this old vintage film projector type thing for $30 that this lady had listed here where I live. He was in New Jersey. He was trying to contact her to say, let me pay you, you can ship it to me, and that spooked her. And she didn't want to talk to him anymore. And so he contacted me and said, hey, can you do this? What would you charge? And my minimum charge as of the recording of this video is $150. That's just a service call charge. So I was kind of gruff a little bit on the phone with him because I was initially thinking, is this a scam? And I'm just like, okay, well, put your money where your mouth is if this is real. Like, this is what I'm thinking. If this is real, we're just going to get right to it. You know, I'm going to tell you what it is, and that's the minimum that I'm doing this for. And I said, well, my minimum service charge is $150, and he immediately agreed. So he collects these things. They're valuable to him. It's worth it to him. And so he made a payment to me, digital payment, for my fee and the money to buy the item. And then he texted me the info to get a hold of her. And so I just went ahead and texted her while I was staining. I just stopped for a moment. Once I got that information, I texted her on Facebook. I said, hey, is this still available? I'm wrapping up a job. I'd be interested in coming taking a look at this. Because I didn't want to immediately say, I want to come buy this. Because anytime someone's saying on Facebook Marketplace to me, like, I want to come buy this now, it's like, well, that's not usually how people act. They want to like ask about the item. So I just said I'd be interested in taking a look at it. She immediately responded. She said, yeah, and she gave me the address, and I'm going to go there now to go purchase this item. So let's see how all this plays out. Okay, so this was kind of out in the country a little bit. I'm going to be turning into the neighborhood here. Nice neighborhood. Whoa, this is a super cool house. Look at this. I love that. That is such a cool looking house. Okay, we're almost there. It's gonna be here on the right. It should be this one right here. So we'll see what happens. Every once in a while, and it's not often at all, in fact it's rare, a game comes along that changes everything. Okay, so we got it. She's talked a while. Started telling me something I didn't really fully understand, which sometimes happens with these Facebook Marketplace purchases. She was saying something about like, oh, I've got a feral pool boy that sleeps out in my back patio. Because I was going to help her move some of the stuff that we moved. She had a bunch of stuff in her garage. She had to remember where this thing was. And I was going to help her move the stuff back so she could get back inside. And she's like, oh, no, don't worry about that. I can get in. Plus, I've got a feral pool boy that can help me move any of this stuff. And then I learned all about some relationship or something. And then he had a girlfriend, and then he started staying on her porch, and she's got a pool back there. And so he stays on the porch, and I was like, yeah. Anyway, we got it. Right? It was all part of what it took to get this. So let me pull over to the gas station up here and I'll let you see what this looks like. Okay, so the guy that I'm buying this for, he wanted me to take a picture of the serial number on the back of it And what's going to happen is I'm going to take it to a UPS. Like, he's going to figure out how to arrange all that with UPS. This is what it looks like. It's a Documat microfilm reader. So there you go. Now, let me take a picture of this serial number. I'm going to send that to him. And then I'll take a picture of it for him as well. Cool. You know, that's just going to make him feel better. And what was interesting, one thing that lady did tell me is she said she was going to blow me off initially, but because I kept being in touch with her along the way about what was happening, like I said, I'm wrapping up this job and I'm going to head that way. And then when I got done with the job, I said, okay, I'm done with the job and I'm going to load up my tools and head your way. And then I'll text you when I get in the truck. And then when I got in the truck, I texted her and I let her know. Because there are so many flaky people that won't follow through that I wanted to make sure she continued to feel good. And she actually told me when I was in there looking at this item, she said, yeah, actually I was going to blow you off and just forget about this, but you kept being in touch with me and that made me realize, oh, this guy's serious. And so it just goes to show you how far that can go. So in the same way, this guy that's trusting me to purchase this for him and do this for him, he already prepaid me money, right? So I'm applying that same type of thinking. Let me keep him updated. Let him know what's going on. And so I'm sending him a picture and that keeps him feeling good about the process as well. So many people, like if you provide a service business, so many people don't understand the value of that and the importance of that to the customer, to the person you're interacting with, because so many people are flakes and so many people just don't follow through, that when you present yourself as that person that will follow through and makes the process go seamless and makes it be an enjoyable process that went well, then that's something that makes people want to continue to work with you. So even though I may never see these people again that I'm doing this for, it's just who I am. It's just how I would act no matter what customer I'm working with. And that's something that keeps my phone ringing and keeps people wanting to work with me, because then there's referrals and also other people that are repeat customers. So we got this done. Now I'm going to wait to hear back from this guy in New Jersey, and he's going to figure out the UPS shipping, and I'm just going to drop this off at a UPS place and they'll take care of it from there. So I'll show you that when that happens next. So this is now the next day. I've gotten it home and I've communicated with him this morning about taking it up to the UPS so that they can ship it to him. And so I actually do some selling on eBay and I sell items and stuff like that. So I happen to have some packing material, and even though he spoke with the person at UPS about what he'd like them to do, he said, you know, just to be on the safe side, I'd rather talk to two people about it because then there's a much higher chance that the kind of packing that I want to get done is going to get done. So there's this little glass piece in here, and he wanted that protected. And so I'm just going to do this and then take it up to UPS. So we're good there. So I was just driving home and I decided to go down this street, which tends to occasionally have stuff that people put on the side of the road. And I literally not long ago picked up a media storage rack that was sitting right here. And I didn't initially even know what it was. I just figured this could possibly be worth something. Took it home, found out what it was, and listed it for $40. But now check out what's here. It's a bunch of metal chairs. Like that right there could like be $100. So that's a score. We're loading that up right now. So I'm looking forward to listing those chairs and seeing how much I can get for them. But that wraps up today. And if you're interested in living this same type of lifestyle, I'll put a link below to a free series I created that shows how to offer a high income service business in a very chill and laid back way. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you in the next video where on my way to get some donuts in the morning, I ran across some trash that people had thrown out on the curb, and I ended up selling those items for over $250. Plus, I still got to eat my donuts. You can click right here to watch that video next.
High stakes, put it all on the line. Bet it all, give me mine. Tell you the truth, you're lying if I ain't fly. Eagle eye in the sky, I'm on a rise. Diamond hands, I'm sticking it to the man. Peter Pan, giving back